everybody, and thank you so much for coming on this exciting day. We're so glad to have everybody. I do have some distinguished guests behind me that are going to be doing some speaking, but before I do that, I have a few housekeeping items to talk about. So first things first, to our friends in the media, there will be a question and answer section after the, I'm so sorry, I had to cough, okay. There will be a question and answer section after the speaking portion of today's event. If you can please hold your questions until the speaking portion is concluded, that would be great. To our residents in the audience, if you guys can please hold your questions until the community event, that would be great too. So, that being said, we have some special guests to recognize today. Can everybody hear me okay? Yeah. Okay. From the State Senate office, we do have Jason Broder here. Thank you, Jason Broder. We also have Representative Keith Truneau. From Orange County, we have Commissioner Nicole Wilson. We also have Nathan Douglas, who is our Water and Soil Supervisor. From the city of Apopka, we do have Mayor Brian Nelson. We also have Commissioner Alexander Smith. We also have Commissioner Diane Velazquez as well. From Seminole County, we have Lee Constantine. We also have Terry McHugh, who is the Director of Environmental Services. In addition, we also have Adam Blalak from the FDEP, the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. We have Lisa Kelly, who will be speaking behind us today. She's with the St. Johns River Water Management District. We have Louis D'Angelo as well. He is the Bureau Chief. We also, and finally, last but not least, we do have Jim Adamski. He is the president of the Friends of Wekiva River. So thank you for coming. So with that being said, again, we will have a question and answer session at the end of the event today. We do ask that you hold all of your questions until the remarks are concluded. And again, if you are a resident or president, homeowner association president, we do ask that you guys hold your questions until the community event on June 28th. With that being said, I will go ahead, and it is my esteemed honor, and without much further ado, to introduce Mayor Jerry L. Dimmings. Thank you so much.
All right. It's still morning. Good morning to all of you. Let me just say thank you to Sarah. Sarah did a wonderful job. Don't you like that accent that she has as well? It's a great day in Orange County. I'd like to thank all of you for coming out to participate and celebrate in this groundbreaking ceremony. Let me say congratulations to Commissioner Christine Moore of our District 2 for her work on this project. I would also like to recognize the Orange County Utilities Department. Mr. Ed Torres, the leader of that division, is here. The St. John's Water Management District and the Florida Department of Environmental Protection as well. This initiative has been in the works for really a long time, and thanks to the determination and the commitment of this collaborative, we are finally able to begin phase one. Florida is home to a wealth of natural resources. We should protect them all at all costs. Resources like the Wekiva River and the Wekiva Springs are sensitive to human activity and pollution. The river and springs are being harmed by an overabundance of nitrous. Unfortunately, septic tanks have been identified as the source of 29% of the nitrogen in the river and springs. Removing these septic tanks is crucial to stopping this damage from continuing. Today, we break ground on a retrofitting project to provide sewer services to residents and protect our environment. The plan will connect more than 2,000 homes to the county sewer lines in the next 15 years, greatly reducing the amount of pollution affecting our water resources. Phase one, which kicks off today, and phase two of the project will convert the 4 neighborhoods closest to the Wekiva Springs. Today's groundbreaking is the first step towards protecting local ecosystems. We know that this project comes at a cost, and we did not want our homeowners to bear the burden by themselves. We work with the state and local leaders and organizations to raise funds and reduce the costs associated with this conversion. I'm proud to announce the St. Johns River Water Management District, and the Florida Department of Environmental Protection raised more than 60% of the costs associated with Phase 1. For this first phase, the Florida Department of Environmental Protection provided $4.3 million, and the St. Johns River Water Management District granted an additional $1.5 million in funding. The state of Florida also provided $500,000, and the Orange County Utilities Department has agreed to cover $2.52 million of the project's expenses. Special thanks again goes to Commissioner Moore for her tireless efforts and the Utilities Department. They have been working with this community for a long time to get to this point today. Of course, none of this would be possible without the conscientious homeowners. Those of you who are homeowners, why don't you raise your hand, homeowners? All right, there we are. We will all be working together for a more sustainable future, and that's a beautiful thing. It is my pleasure now to welcome Commissioner Christine Moore to the podium to say a few words. Commissioner Moore has been a champion of septic to sewer projects since beginning her work, certainly on the county commission as well as before that. Thanks to her commitment to local outreach, the project received a whopping 77% approval rate from homeowners in the area. And Commissioner Moore.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Mary Demings. I'm so grateful for all your support and that of Orange County Utilities and my staff, and of course the residents. We wouldn't be here today without every single one. And I wish we had time to thank each one of you individually, because this really is a community effort. And the celebration, of course, is about groundbreaking for a gravity sewer system for first two neighborhoods in the Wekiva Springs area, Sweetwater West and Wekiva Highlands. If you live in one of those neighborhoods, can you wave at me? We're so proud of you. A celebration was truly due because these communities are going to spend of their resources. They trusted us to seek grant funding, and let me tell you, there were some tough days on that grant funding, but we got that done too. We had to ask our legislators to go ask for some more money, and this was a case where we had to bat 1,000. We couldn't fail at any one point along the way, and we didn't. And so why did you residents, why did you work so hard? Why did we work so hard? We wanted to save our beloved spring, our water supply, and of course there's a little bit of self-preservation, our property values. We say, because we live in Wekiva Springs, and I do as well, that protecting the spring is something that we just had to do, even though it's been a solution. Septic to sewer has been a solution that's eluded us for over a decade. This neighborhood solution really was the way we went to be successful. We believed that our citizens had to come together, and that really meant quality leadership. And so at this point, I'd really like for them to stand. I got to tell you, your HOA boards, in some cases, neighborhood leaders, we work so hard behind the scenes to try to get with all of you. And so at this point, any of those neighborhood leaders, if you're here today, I saw you, would you please stand to be recognized? Many of the meetings started down there at the Chili's, Commissioner Constantine, because if we didn't have a board of directors behind us, we weren't going anywhere. And so these folks, they attended many, many meetings. They sent letters, they knocked on doors, made phone calls. It was like a campaign in every single neighborhood. They exuded patience while answering the same questions over and over again. And speaking of patience, decorum, and professionalism, I'd like to have a special shout out to Andre Salcedo from Orange County Utilities, because he was the one who stood up at the meetings and took all the incoming flack. Andres. And there's a couple that's not with us today because he's actually having some medical care done, but it's Bob and Andrea Sampson of the Sludge Report who provided invaluable information and supported me the entire journey. And so with that, we'd like to thank Bob and Andrea Sampson of Bent Oak. And so we believed it was incumbent upon us as leaders to thoroughly educate these homeowners on their options. They could stay on traditional septic and go it alone with an advanced treatment system, or they could continue to try and change the law in Tallahassee. We kind of knew that that wouldn't happen. Or they could come together, work together to have sewer. So let's explore for a moment if we failed. That kind of motivated me each and every day. Obviously, the economic impact of a failed spring, the lack of fresh potable water are noted, but most of the times we don't talk about what would happen to this neighborhood, what would have happened to all these neighborhoods. Can you picture it? Unsuspecting home buyers purchasing homes, not knowing that the state statutes were going to require the replacement of their traditional septics with on-site homeowners who were unable to manage the funding or the process, and then, I hate to say it, sludge draining all over the place. Well, you get the picture. Nevertheless, even the upcoming construction will be messy and inconvenient. And so with that, I have a small present for the Sweetwater President, Bob Rich Creek. Bob, could you come forward, please? I'm glad you're on the front row. I really worked hard and spent a lot of money on this.
Oh, I know you did.
It's a duster. For all the dirt. Thank you for all your hard work. I keep telling y'all it's going to be dusty, and please don't call me to come help you, because of course I'm going to be doing my own house here in about a year from now. So it's going to be a mess, folks. We know that, but it's worth the effort. And so I want you to think about each and every day when you're dealing with that, where we'll be in about a year and a half. It'll be behind you. You'll have your home values protected, and we're going to have done our part to save this beautiful spring. And so finally, I just wanted to, on a personal note, recognize a couple of family members, because they're the ones who keeps us going when we're not out in front of you, and encourage us. My mom's here, Carol Wetmiller. And then my daughter and my new grandson. Stand up, Audra. I want to show that beautiful baby. And I have to tell you, do you know what she named that darling? She named him River. So I don't know, Audra, I've never asked her if it was because she heard me talking about the Wekiva River for the last 2 years or whatever, but we just love that beautiful baby. So, you know, this is a family event. To get through this, I'm hoping that all of you will help each other. There are going to be days it's difficult. We might need to go pick up groceries for a neighbor, sweep off the front porch, or call Bob to dust. But we're going to get through this together. And with that, I'd like to introduce to you Ed Torres with Orange County Utilities.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner Moore. And good afternoon, everyone. I can't tell you how happy I am. After working so many years in the Wekiva Basin, this is indeed an exciting day. And I'm really happy that you were able to join us this afternoon now to celebrate. I want to start by first acknowledging all of our outstanding engineers and staff who worked on this project and who are here in the audience with us today. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Thank you for all you do. This project has not been an easy endeavor, as many of you know, and it wasn't an easy fix or a simple solution to it either. It has been a complex road to get to this point, and we still have so much more to do. By taking part in this project, as a homeowner, as an elected official, as an engineer, or as a community leader, you're protecting our environment for generations to come. I am proud to lead an agency so laser-focused on protecting our natural resources. And I can confidently say that Orange County Utilities is fully dedicated to providing sustainable services to our residents. We simply could not do that without the unwavering commitment of our staff, or without the vision of Mayor Dennings, or the energy of Commissioner Moore. And there's plenty of energy there. Up to this point, we have spent countless hours on strategy, outreach, and problem solving to make this project a success. And now that we're officially beginning this project phase, our determination becomes no less crucial. So I want to thank our partners, the Florida Department of Environmental Protection, the St. John's River Water Management District, who collaborated with us and offered solutions to make this project a reality. I also want to acknowledge the Deputy Secretary of DEP, Mr. Adam Blaylock, and I know he's back there somewhere, but thank you. And finally, I want to thank our residents who open up their communities and their neighborhoods for the future of our waterways and our springs. And let's give them a big round of applause. And now, without further ado, I have the pleasure of introducing our final guest speaker, our partner and colleague of many years, Ms. Lisa Kelly, Assistant Executive Director for the St. John's River Water Management District, who, along with Dr. Ann Shortell, Executive Director, has played a central role in the success of this project. We're grateful for their support and their leadership. Thank you. Lisa, I'll turn it over to you.
What a glorious day today is. Before I begin, I first want to recognize one of our board members, Mr. Chris Peterson. Please wave up there. Yeah. So today's groundbreaking is really a big deal because this is a big project with big impacts to our springs. As you may know, our governor made water quality protection one of his highest priorities for the state of Florida. We are taking his charge very seriously and so pleased that we are able to be here in support of Springs projects. This first phase of the retrofit project, converting those 213 properties here, is one of the most important first steps we can take in this community and this area to provide those protections to our springs. This phase is just the beginning, as you heard. It's a multi-year project consisting of converting more than 2,000 septic tanks in this area and to provide that greater protection to the Wekiwa Spring Shed. We applaud Orange County Utilities for spearheading this massive endeavor. We know that the impacts of significantly reducing nutrients are going to provide a better quality of life for everyone who's in the county. The districts and our partners, we have funded more than 300 cost-share projects over the past 6 years, totaling nearly $207 million, and this is district cost-share dollars. This project, as you heard, was $1.5 million of those dollars, and it would not have happened without the dedication of our board, so we can't thank you enough for finding the importance and making these dollars dedicated to projects that matter in our community. We want to congratulate to all for your vision, for your hard work, for the knowing the significance, importance of getting projects like this on their way quickly by our means of getting us out here and getting this groundbreaking going. Our funding was actually awarded. Thank you to the neighborhoods. Without the citizens' commitment and understanding the importance and how this is going to increase the value of the quality of life in these communities, these projects would not happen, and for you, we are most grateful. We are proud to call everyone here our partners. We look forward to the future and more protections that are to come. Thank you for having us here today.
Thank you so much. And so now if I can go ahead and ask the media, if you guys have any questions, please raise your hand. We will bring a microphone over to you. And please direct your question to who you would like to ask. Yes.
For people who maybe are a little bit skeptical, this is all reversible, right? Getting this conversion done, springs can really rebound and come back from this, right?
I believe so, Dave. We have been working, reducing and reducing nutrients and improving water quality for decades now. What's going on is we have done the easier projects first, the ones that gave us the most bang for the buck. But we still have some projects like this ones, the septic tanks, that are harder to do, and we're getting to them. So it is irreversible. I think that with the combination of projects that we have done in the Wakaiba Basin, you have seen some improvements already. And the septic tank is that percentage of that pie that is still left to do. And we're tackling it together, communities, agencies, and for the good of the environment.
It's kind of like, if you look at hypothetically about like a Top Gun, and it was much worse than the spring shed is. So we can't get back to having that be as pristine as it once was.
Absolutely, and that's what we're aiming together between, again, the communities, the agencies, and the engineering community.
Do we have any other questions at this time? Raise your hand if you have a question. Everybody's good? Okay, great. One last thing before we go, just in case, I may have missed recognizing Mayor Brian Nelson at the beginning. That's not how my mama taught me, so hello, Mayor Brian Nelson. Nice to meet you. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. If we can go ahead and have everybody come over to the shovels so we can take some pictures, that will be the conclusion of our show. So please head on over. Yes, please. We can take many. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Great job.
I'm going to tell you something that otherwise I'm going to forget. The state county address.
Who does she have throwing us?
Our
Okay.
standing